Can you turn that on? I'm munching. I don't think anybody has ever asked us to speak louder.
Literally at work, they were like, could y'all shut the hell up?
You're too joyful.
Too much fun at work. All right, bitch. It's been, I almost said 1 week. It's been, what, a year since we recorded the last thing? So welcome back.
Yeah.
Something a little different. Something less plausible.
Very less plausible.
Than, literally Bigfoot. It's the Oklahoma Octopus. Because, if you didn't know, all octopus are marine animals. And there's not a single saltwater lake to be seen in the landlocked state of Oklahoma. There's not even any natural lakes. They are all 77 of them man-made, dug by hand, a lot of them. And yeah, so there's 3 main lakes that it's said to live in: Lake Tinkiller, Lake Oolaga, and Lake Thunderbird. And we visited Lake Tinkiller on probably the coldest day possible.
Probably the coldest.
It was 30 degrees outside, and on the water, even colder.
What is the origin story anyway?
The origin is non-existent, I want to say.
I think we should have a podcast of just the weird things I find on the internet.
Yeah.
That I share with Kelsey.
Yeah. According to cryptids with a z.fandom.com, the Oklahoma octopus is a cryptid generally said to inhabit some freshwater, man-made lakes of Oklahoma, including Lake Thunderbird, Oolaga Lake, and Lake Tinkiller, where it attacks and kills unsuspecting swimmers. There is no existing footage of it, and, like, no shit.
There is
that footage is
the Lost Tapes.
The Lost Tapes. The Lost Tapes is a fictional account of a fictional story in a 2002 videography style. 100%, because on the Lost Tapes, they are on this outshore rig of, like, I don't know, pallets, and they're about 5 feet from the shore. And this dude goes swimming off in the lake, and then he's like, and next to a canoe that capsizes, and I'm like, bitch, just stand up and walk to the beach. They spend all night out there. Could have walked on the water. It was
skipped.
It was an inch of water. Like, I've been to lakes like that. There ain't nothing under them but tree shoots. Like, just hop, skip, jump, just leap onto the shore, and they're over here like, something in the water. Yeah, you just let your friend drown for some reason in about an inch of water.
Just let him go.
Yeah, like, it was terrible. It's just like, like, no, just go. You could have doggy paddled your little, raft to the shore if you were really that.
Get up and go.
Yeah. Like, you could have gotten a pole. Literally, girlfriend, you could have done anything. I don't know why these people... It was horrible. First of all, it was like 20 minutes of my life I will never get back. And they were like, it has to be an octopus. It absolutely is not an octopus. Like, that's my last thought, is an octopus in a lake.
Yeah, I don't know why that was somebody's first thought.
No, because I've been in a lake in this state, and there's some big fish out there, but they're gonna, like, slap you in the face and, like, be done with it. and there ain't nothing pulling me under unless it's some crazy tree from when it was drought season and it grew in the sand. Like, there's nothing.
There's nothing.
But their first thought is, and then they talk about the stupid narrator. He's like, oh yeah, it has to be this octopus. Lies. But they tell you about the color of the octopus, which is red, by the way. Just a blindingly red octopus. That they think that the reason why it's the blood of their victims, which they drown. I don't know how the red blood gets from drowned victims. I don't know. It's not a shark attack. It's literally sucking it down. But it's 100% the red dirt that muddies every lake I've ever been to and stains every item of clothing I've ever worn into these lakes. Like, it's brown. It's silt. That's why it's supposedly that color. I guess to camouflage the skin. I don't know. That's a better thought than blood of its victims, you know. But they try to talk about how there's like a higher, I don't know, average of drownings in these specific lakes that they're from. No, in the last 2 years, there's been 2 drownings at Lake Tenkiller. I looked it up.
2.
One in 2021, and the other one was in 2022. Like, one a year. That's not a hot. And Lake Tenkiller is a huge lake, but there was 2 drownings in 2 years. I don't know how that's a higher risk of drowning mortality. I don't know. Somehow, we went there and there was one boat on the lake, but it was like 30 degrees outside. So, yeah, just people get drunk and they act like they don't know how to swim and then they drown. No octopus. So that was one of the Google reviews was, they got drunk and they drowned. Like,
pretty much.
Yeah.
Speaking of Google reviews, you got them up?
I don't have them up. Do you have them up?
Boy, were they good.
This was on cryptid.com or something.
So this is the Google review of Octopus or Google review of Tenkiller Lake?
Of the red octopus. I love the explanations, though, as you look for those. The Oklahoma octopus is most likely a cephalopod. No shit. More specifically, an octopus. Again, no shit. According to the description of the creature, this would make the Oklahoma octopus the only freshwater-dwelling cephalopod species. This would not make this animal entirely unique, as numerous members of the typical marine requiem sharks live in freshwater environments exclusively, including the Ganges river shark. Yeah, I don't think so. But again, it's not that it's in a freshwater lake. It's in a man-made freshwater lake. Like, they try to explain that these octopus come from, like, when Oklahoma was originally underwater and then, like, when the water receded, they were left there. But that would have been in the Cretaceous period, and those lakes didn't exist then. So the other thought was Monkey King style, where it was in a rock of some sort, and then it, like, I don't know, thawed out, hatched out of an egg. I don't know, some sort of fossilized egg.
Find that website.
If it's
Aliens.
a Disney head style, that it was frozen. I don't know, all those cartoons about, the caveman being frozen in a block of ice, and then suddenly it's alive. It's giant octopus. Yeah, giant octopus instead. Because they were also talking about their their solution to getting rid of the octopus.
You're gonna get rid of it. It's there.
Exactly. It they suggested an AR-70. Was that what they said? AR-70?
Something like that. Yeah.
Like a Russian
like
sniper rifle, or like some sort of mortar system where they like blow up the entire lake. It's
Okay,
like,
I love how the images are just a hand-drawn picture from like a 70s.
that's a child's drawing, yeah.
Can you save that?
I mean, do you see the body that's underneath
Thanks,
it?
Ian. That's how you save something? Wow.
click save image.
Save as.
Make sure name it and then hit OK.
I'm just gonna name it. Wow. Like that.
Like that. Wow. I love the dead body on this drawing. It's
got claws.
Impeccable. He's like riding its dick. What the fuck is this picture? It looks like it's having sex with a dead body.
Where is this website?
I think we're on the same one. It's the cryptids.
Random.
Yeah. Cryptids with a Z.
Yeah, I can still taste that garlic from lunch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, so here's the comments. And the grammar was the best part.
Oh, the grammar is atrocious.
Could there is some type of octopus that life on freshwater and could lay egg that if there is no water source near it could enter a hibernation mode until the condition is good enough for the egg to hatch like a trelopod. Do you mean
a triops?
Triops. Jellyfish and octopi are extremely different biologically, like really, really different. It's a massive jump to think that just because the ability to live in fresh water, the others surely must be able to, as intended by implication. What implication? Also, it should probably be stated that the seemingly high death toll is only a possible indication of this thing's existence. Obviously, there could be a plethora of other ideas or other causes. Just indeed. I think it's real.
The octopus is actually an overgrown. This is by Kyler. I don't know what an overgrown is. Kyler, come on down, Kyler. A Wikipedia page, I think. Special Agent Mulder posted this.
Thanks, special.
It's from It's Something Wiki.
Yeah.
It's almost the exact same thing as Unknown Explorer's entry.
I witnessed something else.
Octosquatch?
What is this? What is this?
This Cthulhu-looking ass thing? What the fuck is this?
An octosquatch?
I'm sorry, Sanchez and his writing partner, who chose to remain anonymous, were nearing Puerto de Berazar, ready to unload their goods and rest for the night. That was when their high beams caught something at the base of the embankment on the opposite side of the road. Sanchez slammed on the brakes, and he and his coworkers stared in utter disbelief at what they were looking at. Sanchez would later describe this as a 3 to 4 foot tall hairy octopus with a shaggy coat of rust-colored hair. The creature hastily covered its round glowing eyes with one of its 4 tentacle-like appendages, but remained unable to move, caught in the truck's headlights. Neither the truckers or this creature moved for what the men estimated for several minutes. However, it must be noted that during time of fear or shock, motherfucker, fear got the best of Sanchez, and he ordered his comrade to attack it with the jackhammer that they had.
What? With refusal.
Why would you take a jackhammer to an octopus? Sanchez decided to make his move. He threw the truck in reverse, then drove straight towards the entity, stopping mere feet in front. Why wouldn't you run it over, Sanchez? Sanchez repeated this several times. Why did he not just hit it? But never exited the vehicle. After a while, another truck passed by, and the driver may not have even seen it, as he did not slow down or turn around. Yeah, because I think y'all are hallucinating. They eventually reached a standstill. Neither man was willing to escape the vehicle, and the furry being was either unable or unwilling to escape. It was near midnight, and they realized there was nothing more they could do. They finished their run and left it behind. By the time Sanchez revealed his story, all evidence of the creature was long gone. What? Bigfoot and the octopus had a baby? Goldfish squatch? The mantis squatch or the mantis man? There's only like 2 people that comment on this website, by the way. It's Stabwise and What Dogwog and I think Special Agent Mulder makes this website because they are on every single page that I've seen. Why would you back up, run, like drive towards it, and then stop inches from it 6 or 7 times? But why? Like, you could have just turned around. You could have actually hit it, maybe got some evidence. Like, I feel like somebody's, like, Halloween decoration.
What are you?
That's Indrid Cold.
Take quiz.
Oh. It's like, what are you... All right, we're going to take a cryptid wiki quiz real quick. Personality quiz.
This looks like it's going to give me a virus.
Oh, 100%.
How
Small, medium, average, above average, or extra large?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Not average.
Medium?
I would say I'm a medium-sized being.
Do others find you good looking? Plain looking, alright, but nothing striking. Average looking with some nice attributes, good features, and sexy, or incredibly attractive.
Incredibly attractive.
So says the Peanut Gallery. How competitive are you? Prefer not to compete, low-key and sensitive, somewhat assertive, strong-willed and assertive, extremely assertive and competitive.
I'm gonna go with sensitive.
How would you rate your intelligence? Avoids intellectual pursuits, clever but prefer non-intellectual pursuits, intelligent, very intelligent, out of this world level genius. I mean, yeah.
Very.
Cryptid website.
Yeah. We're also correcting their grammar.
What is your favorite type of food?
Seafood, anything sugary or salty, barbecue, tropical smoothie, or
Immediately.
I don't have a favorite food. What is your athletic ability? None. Occasionally plays sports, enjoys sports for recreation, plays sports competitively, or extremely athletic and agile. How much do you like travel? Never travel, stay close to home, vacations are fun, not essential. I love to travel, I've been everywhere. I feel like the I love or I've been everywhere is gonna be like an alien or something.
Sasquatch.
I mean, we could always talk about time travel.
To your friends or family?
None. Keep to myself. Prefer the company of small groups. Popular and outgoing. Extremely outgoing. Yeah.
I look creepy.
What? Why? Yes. Too much? No, or little bit.
But
Which cryptid do you like? Chupacabra, Loch Ness Monster, Ahul, Bigfoot, or Flatwoods Monster? Where is Mothman?
movies.
It's just like it's gonna give you whatever one you like.
I know. For real. It's gonna give no. She said Bigfoot and she got Chupacabra. I mean,
I'm sorry, sexy gives me this.
You kind of
I mean, we look like that Chupacabra in fucking Uranus. Okay, did we not talk about the Chupacabra we saw in Uranus, Missouri? Where
the way you worded that. Effing Uranus.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like they had someone's actual dead father in like a crispified suit in a full coffin in the middle of this like wax museum. It was crazy.
In Uranus.
In Uranus, yeah.
Anyway, sorry to get sidetracked from the Oklahoma Octopus.
Yeah, we'll come back to it. Oh, I got Loch Ness Monster. Does it explain why? No. It just says you got Loch Ness Monster. You are the Loch Ness Monster.
BuzzFeed quiz. Some bullcrap.
It's podcast time, not BuzzFeed quiz.
And it's whatever I feel like doing.
This is content.
I didn't know you were my boss.
That nobody can see audio.
Yeah, you know. Some skeptics doubt the existence of such an oddity, being a freshwater octopus, by the way. However, octopi have been recorded at least a brief periods of time living in freshwater environments. One such case involves a common octopus being caught at Lake Conway in Faulkner County, Arkansas. The animal was most likely a released pet that survived long enough to cling to the gates of the lake's dam.
Do I believe in ghosts?
Yes.
Okay.
According to the rumor, this freshwater cephalopod is about the size of a horse and resembles an octopus with long tentacles and leathery reddish-brown skin. I don't remember it's the size of a
I'm
horse.
sorry. Mike Wazowski?
No.
He's a movie villain.
He's a movie complicated man.
I love that.
If it was
Mike Wazowski.
what's his name? Reynolds? That's not it. Raymond? What the fuck is his name? The purple lizard.
Yarma Yahoo?
Raymond.
What the fuck
Reagan.
what is his name? IMDb. Is that in Australia?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a vampire? I'm sorry, eats a whole person and then after it naps, it vomits the victim back up.
Yes, look.
BuzzFeed. Randall. That's who the villain is. The purple guy.
You already know I'm picking the fall.
He likes Abigail. You know he likes the fall.
Yeah.
Habitat is the Oklahoma Octopus is reported to live in Lake Thunderbird, Oologah, Lake Tenkiller, which are in Oklahoma. These lakes are all freshwater man-made. Diet: the species most likely has similar diet to a marine octopus, with it eating freshwater species similar to marine counterparts' prey. However, the drawings in lakes where it is reported to live could be caused by the octopus. The drawings in lakes where it is reported to live. An octopus of this size can have up to 8 strong tentacles to pull an unwilling human underwater. Oh, yeah. Here it is. The controversy. Due to the lakes being man-made, the drownings are most likely the result of people getting drunk.
Yes.
But the same thing. That's so funny. And not paying attention while swimming. Also, drowned victims have no sucker lacerations on their bodies. Yeah, and here it is. The last tapes, it attacks and drowns 3 people who are celebrating in Lake Oklahoma. A lake in Oklahoma. First of all, those people are not celebrating. They're like every kid you went to high school with, just like, this is my like good friend group, and then there's that one terrible dude that you have to be friends with. Because there's 30 people in your class. They weren't celebrating shit. They were just out there. Hanging out. Yeah. The closest we get to having some sort of marine source of like water is Port of Catoosa, which is not near either one of these lakes, because Port of Catoosa is the most inland port there is. And so it eventually leads to, I believe, the Gulf of Mexico. So it goes from Port of Catoosa all the way to Mississippi and then to the Gulf. But again, it's all fresh water. So that would be the closest of how an octopus would get into a lake, but not anywhere close to their haunts. And I'm not sure if it's like a bunch of octopus.
One.
If it's...
Oopsies.
Yeah, octopi, if it's one giant horse size octopus, sort of Kraken style.
Giant.
Or, yeah, like Voltron style, or... And how, if it is one, why it's supposedly in 3 different lakes that are also not next to each other.
Also true.
Not connected anyway, not in the same county. I know. There's too many questions. Because people, their first thought is octopus.
Because they've seen it.
I mean, we were next to, what the hell, fish were they? Gore was the trout capital of Oklahoma.
Oh.
Yeah, Gore, Oklahoma, if you didn't know. Trout capital of Oklahoma. Funnily enough, also man-made lake. They put that trout there themselves. So, like,
How do you think it got there?
I think they did the billboards first.
And then they had
And
to
then
live
they were
up-
like, we gotta bring in the trout. And there was,
Like trout.
but yeah, they're like, yeah, maybe that's the thing, is that when they brought in the fish to stock the lakes, they brought an octopus?
something enough.
I don't know. But there wasn't even like trout tournaments being like promoted around. It was all crappies. They're like, come to the crappie
If
tournaments.
you catch all the trout in a trout tournament, it's not the trout castle anymore.
Never once heard anybody go fish for trout, by the way. And I know a lot of people that go fishing. I know a lot of people that go fishing all the time. It's like crappie and bass and some other bullshit. I don't know. Don't pay that much attention. But I want to say 6 of my uncles enter those fucking fishing tournaments all the time. So, yeah. No trout? No. Or they go catfish noodling.
Of course.
Which that's a whole different set of skills. Absolutely not. You will not get me noodling for nothing. Because you got to stand in a lake, or not even a lake, in a river. You got to go underwater and stick your arm in a hole that you can't see because, again, the water's brown. And then you're just sticking your hand in a hole, hoping to put your arm in a mouth. And then you hook your hand noodling. Noodling for catfish.
After
No, you stick your hand in a hole, and then you stick your fingers into the gills of the fish, and then you pull it out. You know how strong a fish is? It's strong. Especially when it's 5 feet long. Weighs 100 pounds. So you can't, not getting me noodling. My sister, though, who has a PhD in chemical engineering,
she went noodling.
she didn't know how they got to different points in the river. She thought you rode those foam noodles down the river. You don't ride on noodles down the river. You get out of the water, you drive your 4-wheeler to the next hole.
Right.
No, the noodle is that you're fishing with your arm, not the fact that you're riding on a bull noodle down the river. You ever think that?
No.
You never thought you'd ride a noodle down the river and
No.
then you sat on the noodle to fish?
Honestly, me and him have just been sharing core memories, and at this point, I can't remember if it was me or her whose 8th grade reading test was about noodling, and you had to write an essay response.
About noodling?
Yes. Oh, honestly, that's fair. That is so funny.
They're like, these kids don't know nothing about them flag football or soccer. We're just going to give them an article about noodling. I, of course, knew nothing about noodling.
Yeah. One of my tests was, who do you look up the most to? You want to guess? No. That's it.
What did you say?
Edgar Allan Poe, you know. He died in the streets.
He's a man of the street.
Cousin?
Man of the night.
Cousin?
Yeah, you.
Now, what was the thesis statement on this?
I think we had just watched some sort of documentary about him. That's why it was so fresh in my memory. And of all the people. And at that point, I was like, you want to be a writer too. So, like, I just wrote, I don't remember anything about it. I just remember I wrote about him. And I got enough good enough grade to pass. And they were probably like, this girl needs some help.
Probably. Probably.
I don't know if it was someone we looked up to or just like, I don't know. I guess I put enough facts down that I remember about it. But, yep, Edgar Allan Poe. Couldn't have told you why. Mainly because I knew a lot of stuff about it at that time.
Need notes?
Yeah, I mean,
Back to the Oklahoma Octopus.
yeah. Don't at me about that Edgar Allan Poe thing. The fact that it tries to get that, but I've seen personally those gigantic colossus squids that when I went to New Zealand, they had a dead one like in like this case. And that thing is like 10 feet long. Like it's the size of a horse. But again, it's in the Pacific Ocean. It's in a marine environment. As deep as Lake Tenkiller is, there ain't no way.
No.
Like,
Because you could look in and see to the bottom.
yeah, it's one of the clearest lakes.
It's even got a scuba dive.
Yeah, there's a scuba diving area with sunken ships and like a school bus and different like houses from when they moved Cookson out of the way and made the lake. Again, they drowned a town because of course they did. But it's clear enough that you can go down there and scuba dive and like look around. So of the 3 lakes, I feel like that's the most like scratch it off the list because you'd be able to see it. Like just scuba diving around, look, and be like, holy shit, there's a giant octopus over there, sort of thing. Not there's just that school bus. Like there ain't no way.
Well, also, I mean, there's nothing there anyway.
That is true.
And they make you pay $8 for a parking pass.
Yeah, I don't appreciate that they have like defunded our state parks to the point where I have to pay $8 to park in an empty parking lot at 3:00 in the afternoon.
Tripping.
Yeah. So yeah, we went to Lake Tenkiller and we're like, yeah, we'll spend some time. Why it was the hardest fucking place to get to. Not
the hardest.
Like, trying to get to the water. Like, I got stuck on a back road that was under construction. I had to take a U-turn, and then I had to go all the way back around. I drove through 3 towns.
Just to get to the lake, which we can see the lake from all these.
Yeah, there was just no way to get to the lake itself anywhere. And it was taking us to a good Dollar General, not a Goodwill. It was like Lookout Point at a Dollar General.
Dollar General.
And yeah, so I drove around for a really long time just trying to find it. Because it was like, oh yes, Lake Tenkiller. What are the bullshit that they say? Oklahoma's heaven in the hills. Let me tell you, it was very much in the mountains because it was zigzagging us all around this lake. And yeah, we had to like look up a specific point. There was nothing but like marinas, obviously.
That you still, I don't know how they got to.
No, it was like the most 90-degree incline to the lake I've ever seen. How you get your F-150 plus a boat down this incline on like a one-way road, I don't know. Because my car was not going to make it. And then we finally found the like, it wasn't even a visitor center. My mom asked if we had gotten any souvenirs. I said no, because there was none to be found. We went to a discovery center, whatever that is.
It had a couple live bugs.
It had some bugs.
A snake.
It had a couple turtles and a couple of snakes.
Oh, is there a live turtle?
No, just the shells.
No. Y'all saw a turtle.
Oh, the box turtle.
Yeah, there was a box turtle. Yeah. There was a box turtle, and then it was like, ooh, the nighttime of the lake or whatever. There was some fake bats and a fake salamander and a scorpion and something else in this like dark room cave type thing. I don't know why that's Oklahoma like base. If you go to like the Oklahoma thing at the zoo, they also have one of those dark room things, and somewhere else.
I don't think I've ever had a dark room like that.
Yeah, and then the one at the refuge, there's also in the visitor center, there's like a dark room nighttime thing. Like, I don't know why that's our shtick. They're like, oh, let's see it's possums. Like, that's what's at night. But, and then, so there wasn't much about the lake. It was a lot of, this is the type of birds we see. This is the type of fish.
Trout capital.
It was trout capital. They also purported that they saw bald eagles. Was that on the thing?
Yes.
Never once seen a bald eagle in the state of Oklahoma. I'll say that right now. Hawks, vultures, yes.
Tell me that they've seen them in the wildlife refuge, and I was like, where?
It's a damn lie. I've seen a heron. I've seen a lot of like seabirds more than a bald eagle. Never once. There's some giant hawks, but Yeah, it might be eaten by this horse-sized octopus, I guess. So that didn't. It was a discovery center. It's like any other nature thing that I've ever been to. Of here's some pelts of dead animals, plus a locust like toy that you like shed its skin. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It was interesting, but yeah, there was just a
like
Actually trying to be educated.
yeah. They rode their little bicycles up from the tent that they're staying in. I'm assuming. And they're like, "Oh yes, this is so intriguing." I'm like, "This is."
and we just doodled in, had my camera out, recording awkwardly.
Didn't speak to one person that
No.
worked there. We didn't talk to each other really. We're just like, "Yeah, this is weird."
I asked him where the bathroom was, and I was looking.
That was literally question. Guess what? It was a one-holer on the outside of the building. Because where the bathroom was inside, because there was a water fountain randomly inside, I think was what they made the cave into. Like, that seemed like that was where the bathroom used to be. Like, it had that shape. So then we finally, like, read some signs, and it was like, Fisherman's Point.
And this was like a national park, right?
It's a state park, yes.
State park.
And it's like finally found some places that's like daytime only. I'm like, thank Christ, maybe we'll actually see the water.
Yeah.
Because even at this point, we weren't next to the water. We were next to a playground and a bunch of campers. Like there was nothing out there. So then we finally drive to where the water actually is. 30 degrees outside, wind whipping really hard, and you could actually get to the water at this point. So there was like a boat dock and a scuba launch thing and a bunch of life jackets in a tree, not sure why, and a bunch of cement cement benches, like picnic benches in the water.
1900.
Yeah,
Really?
like the most basic Girl Scout ass looking shit I've ever seen. And it had rust, I want to say an inch thick on it. Like I would never put any food I wanted to consume on these grills. Like,
Are you supposed to, like, genuine question, are you supposed to slap meat just right onto that?
no. You either have to have like tinfoil or some kind of baking sheet. You can't put any, not anymore. No.
I feel like I should have a better immune system.
Because you've eaten the rusty meat.
So.
No. Not the rusty meat. Those things are like 2 inches apart. How did you even get
I don't know.
like maybe like a husk, like a corn on the cob?
This is a burger, and they were about. My grandpa likes to make like a pound burger, like this thick.
No. Yeah, you gotta have. It's like Dutch oven rules. You gotta put some sort of lining in it. You can't have the ashes next to your.
Looking back, I really don't know.
I'm scared for you. Is that why you're this way?
Probably
You ate the rust. You're speaking rust. Oh my. You ate the rust burgers.
It calls me.
The ocean. But yeah, there wasn't really anything to do. The thing to do at that lake is to swim, and there ain't no way I was getting in that water.
No.
The other thing to do is drive a boat, which only one of us is licensed to do that.
In the state of Virginia.
And not even a boat. A watercraft. We could probably have gotten a canoe out, maybe, but
Would like to see the three of us in a canoe.
I'd like to see girls in a boat.
I would have been throwing up.
I was in a 3-person canoe once. My grandma almost knocked me
You can ride a
unconscious.
boat, but you can't sit on a swing without throwing up.
It was an online course. I didn't even touch a boat. I didn't go anywhere near the water.
I would love to.
Like I got registered to be a minister sort of level of I never.
Looking on the water.
That's so dangerous.
Why is it both the like a jet
For
ski
life.
is very different? Yeah, a lifetime license for both a jet ski / boat.
Unrelated, but I think my heat protectant is burning my skin. The heat protectant I use in my hair. I think I'm like allergic to it.
Oh,
Every time I use it, my scalp kind of burns.
It's the rust.
I don't know. Because I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm on fire. I use heat protectant in my hair. And this is like a residual thing because I thought it was that hair lightener I put in my hair, but I've always used that. But today I just used the heat protectant and my scalp is on fire.
Are you supposed to just put it on the hair follicles or something? Like,
No.
Have you used this before?
Yes.
Did it burn before?
Yes, but I thought it was the lightener. I don't know. I'm not on my anxiety medicine yet, so I could also just be fine.
oh my god.
Because I thought my toenail had fallen completely off, but I was just scared to look at it. It's still attached, but barely. Barely.
Oh
That
god.
makes sense now.
It's the rust burger.
It's the rest burger.
Your insides are like, I had one taste of rust.
Also very hungry.
Anyway,
I had chimichanga at 12 a.m. It tasted like garlic. I'm good to be around vampires for at least a year.
12 a.m.
No.
12 p.m.
2 p.m.
are you drunk?
I don't know.
Is it seeping in your mind? Oh,
Don't do heat protectant. It'll fry your brain.
Honestly. Literally.
just sitting there hugging your computer.
Because these are my final hours. Ian.
You're listening to him. Final hours. She decides to talk about this shit.
God, if it's my final hours.
And yeah, we didn't see shit. There was some really poor park maintenance that we witnessed. Like, there was some sort of rock slide. What was there? A cinder block, like, wall with barbed wire on top that was very much falling apart. Yeah.
Shit, weirdo.
Yeah, you touched a feather. There was a lot of seagulls that were very loud. And I feel like they would snitch on an octopus if it was like, holy shit, there's a horse-sized octopus. Like, they would definitely be, like, shitting on everything. But, yeah, there was, like, a rock slide at some point that we walked past. The whole asphalt sidewalk was, like, in the lake, like, collapsed completely, like, onto the rock shore. The clappers! And then it just was...
Maybe your $8 will help.
Yeah,
And
I hope
sidewalk
so,
is-
because I don't think those other people we saw that day paid shit. I think it was just me.
They definitely
Yeah, they're like, I'm gonna walk my dog. I'm putting these people on blast. I did drive the wrong side of the road, but I did pay that $8, so I feel like I was a little entitled to that. Because there was no one-way sign where I was parked, so I feel justified in that. But yeah. Yeah, I know. Shel Silverstein really told us where the sidewalk is because that's what we came to. There was also a creepy island in the middle of the lake. Like, if anything was going to be lost on there, it would be Bigfoot trapped on that island. Because at one point it looked like there was like a building on it. No, it was just trees. But
second.
yeah, I think the Sioux lady that does all the recycling in Vida, Vidan, Tahlequah. I don't know where we saw this lady. Like 12 people burning trash the day that we were driving, the second time we went to Tin Killer. And so there was just smoke in the air. And like the wind was blowing so hard, it felt like it was force feeding me smoke. And it was an unpleasant experience that I hope never is duplicated.
Until the next lake we go to.
Yeah, hopefully the next one. Yeah, Thunderbird is next on our list again to see how it compares to Tin Killer. If it's
We'll have to go back. We're done.
I
We actually
go swimming. I'm not going scuba diving. Yeah, scuba diving is not really my shtick. I'll snorkel.
Why is that your word of the day?
I don't know.
At least use it 3 times.
I know. I'm sorry. It not my jam. What was I gonna say? Thunderbird might actually have more of a pizzazz. I don't know. It's next to Norman, so maybe there'll at least be some sort of college-themed bar next to it, and we'll see if Yeah. Thunderbird Lanes. It's like by...
Yes.
Yeah, it's the one by the Brahms, right?
It's the only one we have. What do y'all mean?
There used to be a second one.
Right.
It says Thunderbird Bowling or Thunderbird Lanes or something on one of the signs.
Y'all want some from Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
This podcast.
I'm starving. I'll talk about Zach Bacon.
Yeah, we'll talk about him in a minute. Anyway, so yeah, there's gonna be additions to this one at some point because we got 2 more lakes to explore. If you're not convinced that it's totally fake anyway, but
Be convinced.
I mean, to be fair, we did find some weird goop.
Say that.
There was, I don't know what that was, and I'm glad we did not get in the water because it was like thick and scummy and yellow and white. It could have been fish semen or some sort of dead goop. It was bad. Yeah, it sure was. It climbed up on the lake and
That's why there's so many different lakes.
it walks itself to Norman.
I'd believe it.
Calls a taxi.
What's Octodad? You ever played that Octodad?
Yeah.
That's what happens. Is it dresses up in a suit.
And nobody knows he's an octopus.
Never. Yeah, he has 2 human children with a woman.
Yes.
So it could be like that. What if they're just an octopus walking?
A horse-sized adult man.
Yes.
Octopus.
Say that?
Tahlequah.
Yeah, just living there.
I mean, to be fair,
Get a slab of meat.
just a fillet. It's like a chicken sandwich out the bun.
Yes.
Weird.
We should have brought that.
And you can also order a gluten-free bun.
The hotel that we stayed at, which was just like the Holiday Inn Express, I booked the wrong day or like the wrong weekend. And the guy was like, yeah, we got rooms available on which floor? Yeah. He said 1, 2, or 3. And there was some sort of fishing tournament going on because he asked if that's why we were going to 10 Killer. And I was like, no. And
So there was something going on. Still that many rooms.
yeah. And there was like a weird grocery store set up at the bottom. And I think people were living there full time because I saw more than one person with a box of stuff
Wait,
/ laundry.
You can do pickles times 6? That's the max.
6 pickles.
No, I didn't.
You could just buy a pickle.
Look, I'm having like what I imagine pregnancy style cravings are, but there's no possible way that I am.
But we were on the Oklahoma Octopus.
It didn't creep into the door.
Ew.
When the 3 of us were in a single room together, did something happen that we were there?
God. Oh, God.
You did have a weird dream.
I did. But was that one about Selena Gomez?
I think so. You kept talking about Selena Gomez.
I don't know.
And you were having weird deja vu. Usually it's me that has weird deja vu.
Okay. So my grandma called. And she said, where y'all hunting that Sasquatch again? I said, first of all, we weren't.
No. My grandma also thought we were hunting Sasquatch. I was like,
What else would you guys be doing?
exactly. But she said that they were saying on like the radio and the news that there was some Bigfoot festival. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, woman? There was no such thing. I looked it up. There was nothing. Anyway, your grandma was asking about this?
She said, oh, you went there? And I said, yeah. And she was like, you used to go there as a kid.
What?
So you did have deja
I
vu.
literally had deja vu.
You guys-
She said that her aunt owned one of those trailers. Like, that was like her summer home.
You did have a Rush Burger!
You were on Lost Tapes.
Ellie.
Honestly, yeah. Okay, so there was definitely a game we played of, is this house abandoned? Or does it just look like this? Because there was a lot of places that look like summer homes, quotation marks, and vacation rentals. There was a lot of I don't know what sex is, but
He was just walking around and he was just
um, a lot of mobile homes in state parks that I didn't really understand.
On cliff tops.
On cliff tops with 90-degree like driveways into the lake.
We found it.
the deer.
Okay, but my scalp is kind of warm. Somebody pat my head.
Oh my god, Rustburger.
I'm not joking.
Take your pills.
Feel my head. Feel my
Like
head.
Killer. Oh, I just
Why
Why the roast burger?
No. Why is my head on fire?
Why is it? Why are you quivering?
I'm gonna die.
Hey, can y'all shut the hell up? Your mother's dying over here. I don't give a shit.
Ian, come fill my head. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Okay, well, I'm gonna throw that bottle out.
Yes!
immediately.
Throw it away.
Why did y'all pick until we started this podcast to just kill each other?
We were sleeping nicely and then.
It's always how it happens.
Oh, yeah. The park's plentiful amenities make it a favorite destination for all ages. Lies.
Hey, that family was having a pretty good time.
They were. Volleyball court. Okay, we did see all this. 172 picnic tables.
Well, 171.
Yeah, that one was good for nothing. Water slide and splash pad.
Oh.
And the Driftwood Nature Center. Yeah, that's the thing we went to. Yeah. Lake Tinderkiller is considered one of the best places in the state. In the state for scuba diving.
You think the queen had to deal with this?
I know.
It's the Rustburger.
Its waters are clear from 8 to 28 feet. A sunken airplane fuselage, a school bus, a helicopter, and 2 boats.
Stop writing. Nothing sexual about it at all. I'm
No.
taking a ride.
Earlier, he was just on her and biting the back where she was walking along.
Oh my god, y'all are so stupid. Ah.
Ian, God, order something.
Water goes up to 160 feet deep in places. Okay, they were talking about no spearfishing, but apparently you can spearfish for non-game fish there. Ah, yes, Oklahoma, beautiful for spearfishing. In Nodeland.
Right.
I don't like water hookups include Blue Jay Knob. I don't like Blue Jay Knob. There at the Driftwood Nature Center, it has a full-time naturalist, and I think this is the woman that was there talking to the family. And I think she's also the lady who recorded the
Yes.
messages on the nature I want to say diagram. That's not what it's called. The display thing with the river otters and whatever turkeys. Yeah. And you press a button and it explains the chirping sounds or whatever. And I was like, that voice sounds awfully like the lady behind us talking. And I think she's the one who recorded all the messages. Which, fair enough. If you got about 6 messages, might as well do the person who's on staff all the
Did
time.
you hit add to order?
My favorite thing I saw at the Nature Center, though, was the recycling man, because they were talking about, oh, you should recycle your stuff. But Oklahoma is trash garbage at recycling. There's 2 recycling centers in the whole state. So why they were pushing so hard, I don't think that place had a recycling center at all.
The corgi says to end it.
For real. Now y'all are done? Are you fucking kidding me?
Nice. Okay.
The most chaotic one yet? Jesus.